Good afternoon, my name is Kevin Moore. I'm a product support rep at Ground Force Worldwide. Today we're going to go through the filters on a standard FLT. I'm going to go through their locations, the functions, and when to change them. So the first one we're going to hit is this one right here. What this filter does is it filters out any contaminants in the hydraulic fluid from the chassis to the body. This one right here. On top over here, there's a little pop-up valve that tells you when to change it. When it changes color, the green will change to, I believe, red or yellow. It is time to change a filter. That means that it is so clogged that it popped a pop-up. We recommend changing it at every PM cycle of the chassis anyway. Next filter is actually this one right here. This is the diesel coming in. So it's going to come from the main diesel tank in through. This is actually a strainer. There's a basket strainer inside of this. Pull these off, take it out, shake it off, clean it off, put it back in, replace it. Okay, so as the diesel comes from the diesel pump, it's going to go straight into this Viking housing here and get filtered. This is a 30 micron water absorbing diesel filter. You know when to change it? Right here. On other models, there might be two gauges. They're located anywhere in this area. If there's a 15 psi difference, it's time to change a filter. But again, we highly recommend to just change it at every PM cycle. After that, the diesel is going to go through a water separator. Not all models have this. This particular one does. Okay, on top of the product tanks, these Desiccant filters, these ones here are actually a special order for this truck, but normally there'll be this Ground Force Desiccant filter. It looks like an oil filter, but it is not an oil filter. You cannot just put an oil filter on that. Oil filters are not desiccant. This is. Okay, so after the product comes from the product tanks, it's going to go through the combo pumps here, and it's going to go through the high pressure oil filters here, which are these little guys. Again, these come in various micron ratings. We recommend that you change them at every chassis PM cycle, but just as a fail-safe, there are poppets on these as well located on the side. Okay, now we're going to move away from the product and go to the pneumatic system. So we got the air compressor here. This is a newer model. Standard in the past has been a SL707. There are two air filters on that. They change it every PM cycle. After the air leaves the air compressor, it'll go through a 40 micron air filter. Change that at every PM cycle. After that, it goes to this canister here, which is the desiccant beads. Right here is an indicator. Blue is good, white is changing. Again, just change it at every PM cycle. Okay, down in the hose reel compartment, right back here, there's a four-way valve for the used oil system. So this is used to suck the oil out of another chassis. It's going to go through a Y strainer right here. This often gets overlooked because it is in the back. Again, clean it every PM cycle, or if your waste oil pump is starting to get sluggish, check that first. Okay, last but not least, on this model of truck is the Webasto heater. There's actually two fuel filters on that. The first one is this little inline, very similar to other models, or it might be a straight canister. The secondary on there is the nozzle itself. It has a porous brass high pressure nozzle. Okay, this concludes our filter location and PM cycle of a standard Ground Force FLT.